Look at this and listen. Why? Why, Pete, decide to do this in the middle of everything? Wait till you hear the chorus. They're going to break out this gate. Of all the times to put the buckets of lick in, just as the camera goes 3, 2, 1 and goes live. Classic Pete. Anyway, though, calm down in just a second. Welcome, everyone. Farmer Ben speaking. And welcome to another Facebook and YouTube Live from Dalscon. And we have been non-stop over the last couple of days. My feet feel like they've got elephantitis just now. They are so sore. Everyone is feeling like we've been 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. But we are getting there, see. Well, I'm not sure if we're getting there. We're trying our very best. But in this shed, you will see a beautiful, cleaned out passage. Pete, why? Why, when we're going 3, 2, 1, do you start putting the licks into the pen?
I didn't realise it was going to have such a reaction.
Man, they are excited. Okay, everyone, calm down. I seen a thing on TikTok the other day that said, walking into the lambing shed. Hello, Bendy Wendy. Walking into the lambing shed with a bag of cake is kind of like what it must feel when people are going to their own concert and everyone's cheering your name and shouting on you. And I think that is relatable. What a great way to put it. See, have you seen that on TikTok? They're walking through the lambing shed with a bag of cake and they're like, walking through the lambing shed with a bag of cake is what I liken to being at your own concert while the crowd's screaming on you. It was good. Great way to put it. So yes, back to what we were doing. This area here where Dennis and Polo are walking just now, you should not be out. You should not be out, with Bendy Wendy wandering around there as well. Has been completely hosed out, disinfected, cleaned out, and returned to the state that we want it. Now, everyone in here tonight is going to have to bear with me. Every single one of these animals is just going to have to bear with me for this evening because there is nothing else we can do. Everyone is kind of bunched up and jammed up for the moment. And the reason for that is because we have been in the midst... Look at that goat yawning. The reason for that is we are in the midst of an absolute stinker, see. Stinky job today. Honking, C says, honking. Farmer Pete's footsteps. The infamous, like if you remember that. Wait till you see this for, as we would say in Dumfries, a minger of a job. Has anyone heard of the word minger? It's heavily used in Dumfries. This bottom shed, RIP the Pygmy Goats obstacle course. This bottom shed has nearly been the end of me today. It has been no fun, no sort of pleasure at all in doing this. Now, it is rewarding to see the job done at the end of it, but it is a rotter to do because all of these gates, as you can see, they are immaculately clean. I'm having steak for tea tonight. I could eat my steak off of those gates because they're that clean. It is just the world's most satisfying thing, but doing it is just pure misery. Because every single gate has to come off. It needs to be basically flat packed and then completely put back together again. The water doesn't want to run any sort of way because this is an existing floor for... We used to have old animal pens in here. We used the existing floor for it. So the water doesn't run any sort of way. So we have to blow with the big leaf blowers or squeegee all of the water out of here. And it feels like every single way you turn, and everyone will have had jobs like this in your everyday job. Everywhere you turn, it seems to go wrong, or it seems to put up a fight. You know where you're like, I just want to pull the hose. Oh, but it's got a little kink in it, and it won't go around the corner, so I need to walk all the way back and sort that. And then you sort that, here come the misfits. And then you sort that, and the hose runs out of diesel. And then you sort that, and you get called away to do something else. Hello, Miracle. Hello, Birdie. Hello, my babies. Oh, it's got even worse. Back round you go. Back round you go, back round you go. That's us. This is going awfully, see. It's awful. It's going terribly. It's not going well. I think they're pretty. Say that again. Off the gate, please. Thank you. Go on. These are pushing against it. That's why it'll not go in. Shift the bucket, see. Get the bucket out. That was going terribly. Gretchen Field, thank you for the 50 stars. Pam says, glad you found it sound a bit happier, Benjamin. Have I not sound happy? I think I've sounded happy, you know. Is Fiona back in? Ben Clare says, no, she's not. No, she's not just now. She's out in the field. What a chaotic life. So, what has ended up happening is every animal from down in the bottom sheds, whilst we get them cleaned out and disinfected, has had to come up and get squashed up in here. Now, we can't put them back down in there. One, because it's just been disinfected and it needs at least an hour to sort itself out before we can put anything back onto it. But also because it's still soaking wet from us hosing it. Despite our best intentions of blowing everything and squeegeeing everything out of the way, it is still wet down there. And we don't want to, obviously, bed them onto the wet because then everything's going to end up being a mess again after us just doing it. So we have that to sort out. So for this evening, they will have to bear with us. And they'll have to just hold off for 2 minutes while we get sorted. And we can get all this bedded first thing in the morning and everything ran back round. Now at that point, Artemis says, my neighbours must be wondering what I'm doing. Sounds like I've got a farmyard in my kitchen. I can understand that. And I do apologise. It's been very loud on tonight's live. So after these are all ran down, so basically the plan is, anything down in this pen, when you come to see us, Connor just run the misfits in, like all of our famous animals. Miracle, Birdie, Squintmouth, Scary Mary's in there, Atom's in there. There's a whole load of famous animals in there. When you're coming to see us, Polo's in there and Dennis is in there as well, I think. They will be in this pen down here. So you can see them from up here and you can get down close to them at the pen down at this ramp. So that's all been thought of. But anything else that's going to be in here will not be expecting babies. So we'll have our golden Guernseys in here, which is a shame. We'll have our dairy goats in here. We'll have our pet lambs are going down the bottom. Lisa Calvert-Haig, thank you so much for the massive stars. Thank you for the 6,400 stars. Our pet lambs are going down there. Hence why we've got such low little feeders. Cute, isn't it? So that's where the pet lambs are going. And then, who was the other ones that I've still to mention that's going in here? I think the dairy goats had 2 pens. Yeah, and the pygmy goats were down here, but we found space up in this pen for them. So these will all be down in the bottom pen because none of them are in kid. Pygmy goats staying up here, and all of these pens here, every single thing that you see in this shed when you come to Dulscone or when we're streaming is going to be expecting. So this means that when our focus is on lambing time, we're in this shed. We're in this shed all the time. Of course, you're down there checking all the animals are okay, and that's absolutely fine, but they don't take much looking after. They're in their maintenance phase until we decide that we're going to put the male back in with them. But everything else that is lambing and requires our full attention will be right at our fingertips. So all of these gates have, all of these barriers, I'll say, the easiest way to describe it, all these barriers here have gates in them. So if anything at all starts lambing, we just whip them out into a lambing pen and we're all sorted. It also helps for Kyle, who's our night lammer, when he's through the night and he's needing to get something out, he's going to be by himself, he needs to catch them. He can't catch them away down there and try and bring them all the way back up here. He needs to catch them as quick as he can, get them out of here, and job done. So it needs to be easy and streamlined for him as well. The whole key to lambing is that everything has to be efficient, everything has to be streamlined and ready for us to start working, because as soon as these start lambing and kidding, we are in for it, because they're not going to stop. So all of the content that's going to be coming your way, there'll be lives every morning, every afternoon and every night. So there'll be 3 lives a day. If you're in the supporters group, that one in lunchtime is for you guys. So all the live births will be for supporters through the day, and then at night when we're lambing, and in the morning when we're lambing, that will be on the main page. So make sure you're in the supporters group, either on YouTube or on Facebook. There should be a little link to it in the pinned comments. In Facebook, just follow that link and you'll see all of our live content, all of our live births, everything from lambing, and it's a great community as well. So, like I say, as soon as we are in here, it is just going to be full bore, and this whole area, I suspect, is going to be filled right the way to the back with lambing and kidding pens. So we know that it's coming, so we've got time to prepare for it. And we know that the farm park's opening, so if we can focus our efforts on getting that ready just now, and then have this ready to go for lambing, as soon as the farm park opens, then the lambing pens go up. So there's no point in jumping the gun with it, because the farm park is such a Herculean task to get open. Now obviously this encapsulates everything that's going on in here. We can't open the farm park without having this all immaculate. We can't welcome people into the farm to see all our animals without having everything absolutely spick and span and disinfected. It just doesn't work. It goes hand in hand. But rather than spending all of our time setting up all of our lambing equipment, we'll wait till Monday to do that. Hopefully they hold off until then, and as soon as you start lambing on Monday, which is the date that they're due, then everything goes up, and then you'll see the chaos. Now in our calendar last year, or this year's calendar, sorry, 2025's calendar, you will see in April time, I stood up the back, right at the back of this shed over here, and I stood up high and took a picture right over the shed. And that is April's calendar picture, because it shows you that is lambing time. There is animals everywhere, there is lambing and kidding pens everywhere, and the whole place looks like chaos. And we actually, you'll not know this, but we've actually photoshopped a couple of bags out of it, because we had like it was like a Tesco bag for life sitting with like all of our gloves and lambing supplies strewn all over the place, and we had to edit a few of them out to make the picture look like what it should look. You know, you're not wanting that in your calendar, but it just shows you like everything's just grab it while you can. I've ordered 30 meals, like microwavable meals, so that I've got a healthy meal every lunchtime, because normally at lunchtime I try and get down for a sit down and have something to eat, but it doesn't work in lambing time. So I've got all these meals coming. They're going to be in the freezer. I think it's 4.5 minutes in the freezer in a plastic bowl. I can eat it out of there whilst we're up in the animal shed, and then at least I know I've always got something decent. Also, there has been so much snacks and drinks arriving for us. I cannot thank everyone enough in preparation for lambing time. It is keeping us going just now. We're putting in a serious shift at the minute. Before I came up here, I had a zombie bar, which sounds like something really high caffeinated and something unhealthy. It's not. It's delicious. Oh no. No. If anyone's had one before, let me know. It's a fruit bar, and it's like compressed 100% fruit. It's one of your 5 a day, and it is beautiful. Right, go on Vera, back in you go. It is absolutely lovely. And they've been sent in a zombie bar, a beef jerky, a Mars bar, and a like protein kind of energy drink thing. Wow, hydrate or something, or hydrating drink. So it's all been well used and is very much needed. Very much needed. Right, what are you doing? Who have I lost out of here? Fanta's up there fighting with a sheep, which is not ideal. We've got a... Right, let me sit there. Right, you're coming with me, darling. Have her by the leg. This just came off. That's the problem. See someone asking, will there be anything left to lamb by the end of May? I sincerely hope not, because if not, we've had an absolute nightmare. It should be first to second week in May, we should be finishing off, waiting for the last ones. So we've got about a 6-week stint of when we're going to be lambing. So we should, first 4 weeks, really intense. Certainly first 3 weeks, really intense. And then by the 4th week, you're starting to get through everything. So you've got a solid month. And then you've got your end late lambers for the last 2 weeks. Lisa's sheep with sore leg, Ben. It's, look, we're at the stage they're lambing in 3 days' time. There's very little we can do, even catching them at the minute. There's one limit, I can see her, she's got a humongous bag. Even catching them is putting them at risk. So they'll have to just hold on just now for a couple of days. They're not going to be that mobile anyway at this stage when they're so pregnant, until we can lamb them. If we start catching them, putting them under stress, it could put them into early labour. It's not a good idea. So just for a few days, they can, oh, there's more goats up there. They can hold off and wait for us until they give birth. What normally happens, and what you'll see is, they'll give birth and their leg will be immediately better. This always happens close to lambing time. I feel like their immune system gets run down. They start really feeling the effects of it, and then you end up with a whole load of them limping. As soon as they give birth, they look so much better, and there's no issues. It's such a funny thing. I don't know why it always happens. You also, unfortunately, end up with a couple of losses, and it happens every time as well. You just end up with 1 or 2 losses, just with them getting run down. They catch things. They can get a pneumonia. They can easily pick up listeria, which is very unusual. And it's just part and parcel of it. It just seems to run them right down for some reason. Samantha says, how about the peaches? Yes, Samantha. I've seen the peaches. Thanks so much. Sheila Baker sent a whole load of things in. Today I opened one of them. Oh, pistachio lint balls, which have all been demolished. And there's so many. I've not opened them all yet, so I'll open them all up and get them on the shelf. So thank you everyone again. June says, hi Ben, I've caught your live at last from a cold, damp North Wales. Is it not always cold and damp in North Wales, June? No? Michelle says, when are the herdies due? Same time, beginning of April. They should all be due. We should be good to go from beginning of April. First week in April, I'm expecting things to really kick off. Get up, move your head. Who is this? They made that so much harder than it was supposed to be. That's Clifford. Why, Clifford, did you make that so hard? Why did you make it so hard? Oh, right. Job done on that front. Trousers. What are you doing in there? Okay, this is not what we need at this time of night. 20 to 6 at night. Nicola says, received my Anna adoption pack today. Awesome, Nicola. Completely sold out. Over 250 Anna adoption packs, which is absolutely amazing, and will get Anna our operation. So thank you so much. We've taken them offline just now till we order some more stock in, and then we can re-release them probably after the Easter holidays. Donna says, what happened to the sheep on the 6:36 the other morning? One said Pete needed the vet. Yeah, the vet came out, jagged it with steroid, antibiotic, anti-inflammatory. It had listeria, and unfortunately made absolutely no difference. We had to get PTS the day after, so we gave it a best shot, had the vet out at it, and yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Very unusual to get a sheep with listeria. We've never had it in years, and we've had 2, so I don't know if there's been a bad bale or I'm not sure. I can't put my finger on exactly what's happened with that one. Yes, Clifford is still entire, yes. C was talking about that yesterday. Clifford's days are very much numbered in this pen, and he's heading back out with all the males. There he is, there. Oh, he's a good boy. He's not doing anything at the minute, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Hazel says, Ben sent you Pepsi Max plus chocolate biscuits, Ben. It was delivered by Amazon. Louise and I will see you on the 4th of April. Thanks so much, Hazel. Thank you for that. Oh, here you are. Come on, give me a high five then. Two-tone. Always at me. Always wanting something. Everyone said thanks for the update on the sheep. No problem. No problem. It's just... It was a stinker because she was a lovely Scotch mule. She was a Beezer, a really nice sheep. And it's always the ones that it happens to. It really is. It's always the ones. So we did try. We tried everything that we possibly could for her. So yeah, we've got all these girls in here, plus another 40 out in the field. So there is a serious amount of sheep to lamb. There's a lot of goats to kid, as you can see in here. There's a lot of goats to kid, and misfits, no, but look at all these pygmies. There's tons of them. This will be the most pygmies we've ever kid in our life. We'll never have kid more pygmies as this. And that worries me a wee bit, because they come with work, and they come with hassle, and they come with stress. When they're out and their mum's happy with them, it's fine, but mums can be very, very dodgy with them. Really dodgy. It's a case of, I'm interested in you, or I absolutely want nothing to do with you, with the wee pygmies. And there's a lot of bags appearing. You can see them as they're walking. You can see all the bags starting to appear and hang down. So they're going to be, I would say, some of the first to go. There's that many bags appearing, so we're going to be in for a busy spell with them. Again, what are you doing in there? Why are you bullying everyone? Get your backside over there if you're going to do that. Get your backside over in with other boars if you're going to bully everyone. She's been in there for ages. Must be the change in scenery that she thinks she's hard. Get out of there. Chewing away with your beard. Thinking you're all that. Cheryl says, I love the pygmy babies. We all love the pygmy babies. They're glorious. They're beautiful. That's where we've got Dennis. That's where we get Polo. Polo's over there. That is Polo's mum, by the way. That's Dice. You can see where she gets her markings from, can't you? Very cool. Look at them all chewing their cud. Come here. Come here. Are you going to move? Margaret says, I'm coming to the farm with my daughter on the 4th of April. Awesome, Margaret. Looking forward to seeing you. Right. I think that is us done for tonight. I'm going to go and try and wrestle her out of there because she is annoying me that she's taking that attitude. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you everyone for joining us. Just a quick update whilst we are on the major preparation for all of these sheep and lambs coming. Be back tomorrow night. Dallas Gone Daily comes on at 7 o'clock. We have had 2.8 million views on Dallas Gone Daily in the last 28 days. And we're still on 20,000 followers. So if you haven't followed Dallas Gone Daily yet, do follow Dallas Gone Daily. Hit that wee follow button. You'll see all of our updates from round about the farm park and our massive effort that we've got to try and get open. As soon as the farm park's finished, we go on to our lambing updates every day. And it's going to be non-stop. So very much looking forward to it. We'd love to see you all in the supporters group. And we'll see you all on the next one. So from Farmer Ben, way get the haircut. Thanks for joining us. Sunburn's looking so much better. We'll be back tomorrow. See you all then, guys. Bye-bye. Asking, will we get to see the herdie babies? Of course you will. Of course. Absolutely, 100%.